Hello, everyone. Oh, I was about to say good morning, but it's afternoon, and I'm having my coffee. Well, Captain Morgan and me got together yesterday during the first half of that game, and I just had a little sip at first, but after it got to be like something 38-6 at halftime, I jumped in the Captain Morgan bottle. To the point to where Captain Morgan is still hanging around with me this morning. That's why I'm drinking coffee at noon. Anyway, I was deep into something else that was on TV. Something, concerning a subject that I had interest in and had studied before, and I was a little late getting to the game. But by the time I got there, the score was 7-0, and the first thing that I saw that led my stomach down to the gutter was that punt return touchdown by the Seahawks. What was it, 97 yards? Hadn't had one in, many, many years. And things got worse and worse and worse. But I will say, at least they only scored 6 points in the second half. But what did they have to do? They could have put their third team off in there and still been able to stop the Saints. Only thing that I can say that I'm thankful for about this game, at least we didn't get goose egged like Atlanta did by was it Carolina that goose egged them? Let me stop. Because I really ain't got nothing to laugh about. Everybody else in our division don't won a game except us. I know. I know what I said in my season prediction show. I know. I know I said that the Saints would lose their first 4 games. And so far they've lost their first 3, and I believe they're a lock to lose against Buffalo. But that score yesterday, 44-13, that's what I expected next week. Against Buffalo, not against Seattle. Yes, I said that we probably wouldn't win a game until we played the Giants. That's game number 5 the week after Buffalo. I ain't so sure about that, folks. The way the Giants are playing, they're looking a hell of a lot better than us. And they ain't won a game either. Maybe not have won a game. Maybe have won 1 game. And they still looking better than us. And of course, they're going to blame the lack of the Saints' success on Spencer Rattler. When the team isn't doing well, the coach and the quarterback gets the blame. Okay. You want to holler to put Tyler Shuff in there. Do you really think Shuff would do any better? Do you really? Of course some of you think he would, just because. Because he ain't the one that's on the field. Saints fans always want the one that's not on the field, especially if we're not winning. But you want to tell the truth about all of this. You look throughout the team. Offense, defense, special teams. Our offense always comes out sluggish. I don't think we gained 100 yards on the ground. Let me look and make sure, because I got the box scores right here. Rush yards, Seattle. Seattle didn't gain 100 yards, but neither did we. We gained 79 yards on the ground, no touchdowns. Seattle gained 87 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. We had a turnover. Seattle didn't have one. We had 2 sacks. I don't think, let's see, Seattle didn't have any sacks. So the offensive line, excuse me, let me pick up my thingy down here. The offensive line that had been looking so decent the last 2 games just totally fell the hell apart this game. Now, looking at this team against the other teams that I had predicted we'd beat, like the Giants, the Jets, the Patriots, and Titans, I'm not so sure about those games anymore. And as far as us splitting within the division, after Carolina dismantled Atlanta the way they did yesterday, I'm not so sure about that either. Now, I remember not too awful long ago, I think the Detroit Lions set a record for a season of futility when they went 0-16. Excuse me for not being judicious enough or clear-headed enough to tell you what year that was. Are we, do you think, sliding toward a record year of futility? Because the only reason that Detroit set that season, not winning any games, setting that season record, is because it was only a 16-game season. We won't equal the record if we don't win a game. We'll set it. And as for consecutive losses, that record belongs to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think it was 26 in a row, and on the 27th game, they beat the New Orleans Saints. There are people that, yeah, we're in a rebuilding year. If they're not calling it a rebuilding year, I think they wanted to call it a retooling year, since they didn't tear the whole damn thing down and start over. I hope we don't set the record for futility in the National Football League. I hope we don't. But y'all, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. And you know dang well we ain't going to beat Buffalo next week. If Seattle put 44 on us, Buffalo could put 84 on us and not even break a sweat. Penalties. Oh my goodness. Saints would do better if they could just get the hell out their own way. I mean, who was that? Calvin Banks Jr., you got 3 offensive penalties in a row. In a row. That set us back and killed drives. You can't be doing that. I think both teams did the same thing as far as third down efficiency. Saints were 5 of 15, which is what, 33.3333%. Uh, Seattle was 3 of 9 for 33.333333%. So we're even in that respect. Saints beat them out by about 5 minutes of time of possession, but couldn't put up any more points than they did. Now, y'all, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. Because, to my seeing, our quarterback, yes, sometimes he makes big misses. Sometimes he throws in front, sometimes he throws behind. He's a young quarterback. He hasn't got his accuracy and shit down yet. I don't believe. But of course, everybody expects him to be Joe Montana in his second year in the league. That is one of the reasons why I told everybody to temper your expectations this season. Because, look, you look at the rosters of other teams and you look at our team's roster and, you want to say that, well, if players are good enough to come to the NFL, they must be good. And, all teams, have a talent level at the same place. But no, that is not true. Us Saints fans are just going to have to accept the fact that we don't have top-tier talent on this team. In some cases, we don't even have second-tier talent on this team. Neither of the quarterbacks that we have on the roster are going to do any better than any other one. The offensive line has to be competent enough to keep opening holes for runners to get through. And while they did do that the first 2 games, they did not do that this game, and I wonder why. The defensive backfield. Dismal. And like I said before, all these old players, 35, 36 years old, they need to go. That means you, Demario Davis. You have been wonderful for us for many years, but Father Time is no respecter of persons. And your age shows. Saints fans, we could be looking down the barrel of an 0-17 season. Because the Jets, the Giants, the Patriots, and the Titans are all playing better football than us, looks like. Three games in. Ain't looking good, folks. It's going to be a long season. So I'll be dragging up my sackcloth and getting myself some ashes to wear on Sundays. That's all I got to say right now, folks. Saints are my team. I'm still going to support them whether they win every game or whether they don't win a single game. Like I always say and I always end with, everybody, I thank you for being here. I didn't start with that, did I? Thank you so much for being here and agreeing to spend a little bit of your time with me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like especially. It helps me on the algorithm if you like, and I get visible to many other people. You don't want to keep me to yourself, do you? Anyway. 3 games, played, 3 games lost. And I always say, no matter what happens, no matter how the game goes, don't get too mad and don't get too glad. Who dat?